In today's lesson, we're going to divide fractions by whole numbers using models, visual models. All right, let's take a look at example 1. Maria has 3/4 a pound of trail mix. She needs to share it equally among 6 friends. How much will each friend be given? What is this question asking us to do? Well, it's asking us to share 3/4 by 6 people. So we're going to actually be dividing 3/4. We're going to divide it among 6 people. Okay, so how can this question be modeled? Well, let's model this. First, let's draw, we're going to put 2 models together. So we're going to do a number line, and we have 3/4. So let's do a number line that looks like this. This will be 1. And of course 0. And then we'll have a half, 3/4, and a 1/4. So we split it into fourths. We have one whole, we split into fourths. Okay, let's do the same thing with kind of a tape diagram looking model. Okay, sorry about that, I gotta make it pretty. Split it in half. And it's kind of split the same places as the number line. Okay, so she has 3/4 of a pound. So I'm going to shade in 3/4. Okay, this is how much trail mix she has, and we need to split that among 6 people. So we're going to divide it into 6 equal pieces. So let's see, there's 3 pieces. If I put if I split it here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to split it right in the middle. So I have 6 equal pieces. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I need to do the same thing up here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 pieces to get to 3/4. Now I need to put a mark on the number line for each of those. I divided them into 2 pieces because I divided this into 2 pieces. So I'm going to do the same thing here. So I need to assign a number. So I need to know how many total pieces are up here, up to the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If they're all 8s, then this is 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, 8/8. Okay, so now I have kind of a new number line, new numbers. Each person is going to get 1/8 of a pound of trail mix. So this is for one person. So that tells me that 3/4 divided by 6 equals 1/8. Everybody is going to get 1/8 of a pound of trail mix. This is an example of partitive division. This is the word that you might want to put in your ISN. I will tell you that I honestly did not hear about this word, or I didn't know what it meant until I started looking into teaching you this lesson. So it's not a word that we use a whole lot, but you will need to know the definition of it and how to tell the difference between partitive and a different type that we're going to talk about as you get into another lesson. So this is partitive division. It is when we're given an original amount and we're told how many parts to make. Partitive division, when we're given a total and told how many parts to make. All right, let's take a look at example 2. Slightly different. This one says, imagine that you have 2/5 of a cup of frosting to share equally among 3 desserts. So maybe you made 3 different cakes, and you have 2/5 of a cup of frosting, and you need exactly the same amount of frosting on each one. How would we write this as a division question? Well, if it was a division problem, then we can write it as 2/5 of a cup, and you're dividing it among 3 cakes. So you have 2/5, you're dividing among 3 cakes or 3 desserts. All right. We can start by drawing a model of 2/5. So here's my fifths. They did it for me, which is wonderful. And I need 2/5. So I'm going to shade in 2/5. All right. Now I have 2/5. That's what I start with. And then I am going to divide it into 3 equal parts. Okay, how can we show that we're dividing into 3 equal parts? Well, that's tricky because that line in the middle would be confusing if we did it this way. What if, I'm going to turn this so I can draw my straight line. What if I divided it this way? That's enough for 1 cake. That's enough for 2 cakes. And that's enough for 3. So we have 1 cake, 2 cakes, 3 cakes. Okay, so I divided it by 3 that way. I want to know, what does this part represent? Well, that part shows me how much the first cake gets. This first cake is right here, and it gets this much frosting. Now that doesn't mean that this part's going to be empty, it just gets this much frosting. The second column, or the second row here, I guess, it is a row, gets this much, and the third row gets this much. Now, there are 2 boxes, so that's going to be our numerator. Our denominator is how many boxes are there total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So each dessert, or each cake, gets 2/15 of a cup of frosting. 2/15 of a cup. Now, this is a very quick video for something that seems a little tricky. If you have any questions or you're unsure how we did something or why we did something, please put your notes in your ISN so that we can talk about them tomorrow in class.